turned out to be the worst day. Thank you. Turned out to be the worst day of my life. I've never been shot in my life, but I honestly thought I'd been shot. And I remember just thinking, oh, it's Munich, 72, all over again. And people always ask me two questions. What made you get up? Which was the first question, which, well, as I explained, I honestly thought for 15, 20 seconds that if I got up and started running, that I could still qualify. And the other question people ask me is, you know, with 100 metres to go, your dad sort of came on, and up until that point, you'd pretty much kept all your emotions in and everything, and as soon as you saw your old man, it sort of all went out the window, you know, do you know why? And I don't really know why I did what I did. I don't know why I just broke down at that stage. The only thing I can say is, the only thing that comes into my mind, I was ranked 7th in the world. I'm in the Olympic semi-final with 100 metres to go, and I look over my left shoulder, and my dad's level with me. If that don't make you cry, I don't know what will. But I ended up finishing the race anyway. And you might say, well, why have you shown all this and then show us that race? Well, the reason I show you this and then I show you that race is because the best made plans don't ever go right without things going wrong. Right, granted, I had a major problem in there. But I ask, how many of you have set yourself a target or a goal in your business or in your personal life and have reached that target or goal without a single thing going wrong? Exactly. Whenever we set ourselves targets or goals, things can, will, do go wrong. And the thing that you've got to try and do is get through them. If you imagine it as like a wall, you've got to get through that wall, climb over it, dig under it, go around it, smash it down, get to the other side of that problem. And it might mean in your business life you've got to take a big sidestep and maybe set a goal that's slightly easier before you can go to the goal that you originally set. But you've got to keep on moving forward. Because if you don't keep moving forward, your competitors are going to keep on moving forward. And I like to think that life is a bit like a Rubik's Cube. And everybody knows what Rubik's Cube is, yeah? How many people have had a go at a Rubik's Cube? How many people have done a Rubik's Cube? See, it's gone a bit quieter, isn't it? It was like, yeah, yeah, oh, no. Well, did you know there are 11 million combinations on a Rubik's Cube? I don't think that's half as many as there are problems that can go wrong in everyday life at work. So if you think that 11 million problems on a Rubik's Cube is a lot, just go to work every day. You can find possibly 11 billion problems. Talking of Rubik's Cube, I've got one here. And I'm going to need some help. Everyone's thinking, oh God, who's going to pick me now? Well, I can't see many people here, so I'm just going to pick, I don't know, Nigel Wells, are you in the room? Could you come up here, please? We're going to have a little bit of fun with this cube because, as I say, I think life is a bit like a Rubik's Cube. And Nigel, the reason your name was picked out, because when I got asked to do this job, they said, is there anything you need to know? Is there anything you want? So I said, who messes up a lot of work? And this came up. So all you've got to do is mess the cube up. That's all you've got to do. Just do what you do well, apparently. I'm just saying that. Nothing to do with me. And we're going to have a bit of fun, because what we're going to do while Nigel sort of messes that cube up, as I say, we're going to all work together now. I'm going to become part of IBM, if you like. And our aim is to get this cube done. And as I say, there are 11 million problems. There might be 12 million by the time he's finished, but we're going to have a go. Have you done that? Yep. That looks pretty good. Thank you very much. You can take a seat. Cheers. Thanks very much. Give him a round of applause. And as I say, our aim now is to do this cube. Now, it's no different from what you do in work. I'm going to turn it behind my back and just mess it up a little bit, because you didn't mess it up as well as you thought you could. So I'm just twiddling it around. I'm not honestly doing it, honestly. I'm just sort of turning it around, just make it a bit easier. There we go, right. Now, when we set ourselves a target or a goal, or in some cases someone sets themselves a target or a goal, and you set off on this new quest, confidence is high because you think, yeah, I'm going to prove not only to my bosses, but also to the competitors and everybody I know, maybe my family, that I can actually do what has been asked of me. Have a complete cube. Oh, no, you don't. You can't really see, but from that side, the cube looks done. But if you actually look, even from that end, it looks done. But if you look around the edge, there's just 4 cubes that are in the wrong places. Now, I can hear people saying, pull the stickers off. Prize it apart. But honestly, in your business life, can you pull the stickers off? Can you prize things apart? Because at the end of the day, you're going to get found out. So it might be a case where you have to speak to a couple of your team members. Maybe someone comes up with something different. A few twists, a few turns, and not only have we completed the cube, but we've achieved what we set out to do. Thank you. Now, I know it's a bit gimmicky. I know it's a bit of a gimmick doing it, with the Rubik's Cube, but it is a good example of all the things that could possibly go wrong, because every time you turn this cube, you're not just moving one cube, you're moving at least 36 cubes. And with 11 million combinations and 36 cubes being moved at once, I think it's very reminiscent of all the problems that can happen in your own business life, let alone all the problems that your competitors will create for you. I hope you've enjoyed what I have to say. If you have, my name's Derek Redmond. If you haven't, my name's Chris Akabusi. Thank you very much.